tricky. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. The world is going crazy, respect is lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. Ashe. Discern the truth or expect to get lost. You must discern the truth or expect to get lost. All praise. All praise. Yeah. Hey y'all.
Grand Rising, good morning.
Hope you guys are doing well and good energy.
Right. So before we tap in, you know, I gotta bring in the ancestors' favorite.
Hey.
Let's go.
Hey. Good morning. Yeah. Grand Rising. Ashe to the ancestors. All praise to the Most High. Hey. When we wake up in the morning. Yeah. When we wake up in the morning.
okay. We seeing better days.
Yeah. We back for everything. Hey. We back for everything.
Hey, let your spirit run free. Go.
When we wake up in the morning, dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. And so we thank you. We trust you. Yeah, we showing gratitude. No one above you. We love you. Yeah, and everything you do. We giving praise in the morning. Praise in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. When we wake up in the morning. Yeah. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. And so we thank you. We love you. Yeah, we show you gratitude. No one above you. We love you. And everything you do. Praise in the morning. Praise in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. When we wake up in the morning. It's alright. It's okay. We seeing better days.
That's right.
It's alright. It's okay. We seeing better days.
And so we thank you. We love you. And all the things you do.
Hey. Yahweh.
For one above you.
Hey. 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 They working with the moon, we working with the sun. We stuck up in a groove, got the demon on the run. Let's go, tribe.
They working with the moon, we working with the sun. We stuck up in our groove, got the demon on the run. Let's go, tribe.
Hey, we got the demon on the run again. Demon on the run again.
Hey, tribe.
Hey,
We got the
guys.
demon on the run again.
Hope you guys are doing well and positive energy, attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright, okay? So we're coming through with another one for you guys. Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to run your girl and your boy up with some hearts, okay? So I don't have any downloads today. I'm just going to get straight to a message. I don't know exactly.
So I got like a quick download. Been a little bit under the weather, so you know, just fighting through it. But I caught a download. It was early, and it was like something that happened, and I noticed something. So, you know, I'm kind of spiritually sensitive, so I see where spirit is giving me information. I want to say, like, you know, let's say you have a fever, right? And you take medication, okay? And then the fever comes down, right? So you feel like you're not sick anymore. So you ready to go and you ready to get active, right? Well, it kind of made me think spiritually that we do the same thing. Like we get, you know, maybe you have a spiritual sickness and maybe you get relief for it, as in like, you know, flu medicine. So it appears to be gone, but beneath the surface, you still could be sick, right? So I feel like naturally and spiritually, like give yourself time to recuperate. Like if you are sick physically and you take medicine and it makes you feel better, just know it's the medicine. It's not necessarily you feeling better, right? And that was something that we went through personally because you know our kids are they feel like they ready to go just because you know the medicine is working, right? And we do that a lot too. We have a temporary solution, right, for a long-term problem. Mm-hmm. So that temporary solution, when it wears off, you still got the long-term problem. Mm-hmm. So let's start trying to deal with the long-term problems. And that was the download.
Very important, you know, because that's what happens. You know, that's why a lot of feelings resurface, you know, because we don't deal with things. You know, we cover things, we tuck things away, right? Or, you know, we like the medicine, we take things to put on top of it. Right. But the wound is still underneath. So that's very important. Okay. All right, let's see what the message is, y'all. I'm still trying to get my energy back 100%. Okay. I feel like I'm going to have it today, though, because it's supposed to be a pretty warm day. So
we can get back outside.
Yeah, we can get outside.
Monsoon outside, y'all.
You know, a little bike ride is going to help. So, make sure you guys join this afternoon, right, for your afternoon message. Let me see. Hold on. These cards are falling. I heard Stacy. Let's see. So it says, revelations await. Embrace the mystery, embark on a journey of discovery, and watch as secrets unveil before you. And, you know, this is already happening. This is what happened. You know, this is what's happening right now. You know, that's why, you know, the media and different places are pushing division and different things like that so hard right now because, you know, you guys can see things are happening. You've been paying attention and you are aware of your surroundings. You guys are aware how to protect yourselves now, you know. Now, back then, maybe you would not have been able to protect yourself spiritually, right? Physically, whatever it is. But you do now, right? Something about that. There could be someone doing like some kind of like martial arts or something. You could have done this as a child. You could be an instructor. I don't know. I just see some kind of like martial arts here. Maybe your child could be doing this. But something about, you know, embracing the unknown because that's what we're in right now. Now, it does say revelations await. And I feel like, you know, we are in a time where everything that we were taught, right, it's playing out to a degree, right? And some things that we were even unaware of, you know, things are playing out right now. And a lot of us are just sitting back and watching things unfold, you know. The revelations await, you know, things are happening in real time. 2 years ago, he spoke about on this channel, the river Euphrates drying. You know, that's a divine revelation right there, right? That was the beginning of when we noticed for sure, like, you know, something's happening here, right? So I feel like that's what's going on here, you know. You're on a journey of discovery and, you know, the veil has been lifted. You're able to see what's going on. You know, they might have fooled you a year or two ago, but it's like, fool me no more, you know. Someone won't be fooled here. Things are being revealed, okay?
Okay, so I got, for my spread, 3 card, open up, relax, pause, and reverse. So I feel that spirit is calling somebody to open up to relaxation. Like maybe you could be working hard. You're trying to manifest something. You're trying to bring something into fruition. Maybe you're just trying to be consistent and steady. And maybe you're a person that feel like I can't take a day off. I just can't relax, right? Well, it could be you in your own head too much, right? Spirit says open up to relaxation. You know, one thing that High Priestess always says to me, and I find it to be healthy. She says, like, when you work and you get your check, pay yourself first. Before you pay a bill, even if it's, I got all my bill, I only got $20, right? Take that 20 and make it for you. Like, because, you know, I mean, sometimes the bills do consume up your whole check. But I feel that in the energy as well. Somebody, a failure to reward yourself, it could be causing you to go through the week unfulfilled, unsatisfied, you know, have animosity towards even a household because you feel like I work and my check go to y'all, right? And you could feel pent up and you could feel frustrated. So I feel that spirit is wanting somebody to open up to relaxation, right? Understand that it's cool. If you got days off that you can take, right? Sometimes it's not about taking a day off when you're sick, right? Sometimes you just need to take a day off.
Mental health.
For mental health reasons, right? Yeah, you need to take a day off, even if it's just to relax, right? Spirit say, you know, pick one of them series off Netflix that got like six episodes or something, you know. Maybe sit back and just watch some episodes or something, right? Relax, because the pause is in reverse. So you're not being called to stop. You're not being called to take a break. You're being called to relax, right? So like I said, I use steady movement in your energy. It's consistent movement in this energy. The pause is in reverse, so I don't feel like spirit wants you to move away from what you're doing, but I do feel like it's a need for you to open up to relaxation, right? Go take a swim or something, you know? We're about to get a membership to the YMCA so that we can, you know, increase our activity physically, get more exercise and things like that. Even more relaxation, right? So yeah, open up and relax.
Mm-hmm. We have getting better in new worlds, and I don't know. You could be, you could be a little older in age, and you could be learning that age is really just a number. Like when God has you on a mission, as long as you keep yourself intact spiritually and physically, age is just a number, because there's something about new worlds here. So I feel like maybe you could have thought that this was it for me, and now God has given you more life and more energy and more time, right? So there's something about new worlds, you being able to still discover new things even at an older age. That's right? Because some people count themselves out after a certain age. But you have to remember, there are certain people that didn't make it to where they made it until their 50s, 60s, or whatever, right? So it's never too late. I'm hearing someone like, oh, I'm too old to go to college. I'm too old. You're never too old to do whatever it is that is a part of your purpose, your desire, your destiny, right? And this card tells me that I'm true, because it says there are so many more things for you to discover, so don't give up, don't allow yourself to give up because of your age, a disability, the way, you may have gained some pounds, or, maybe you've lost some pounds, or whatever it is. Don't allow yourself to give up. There's so much more for you to see and understand. There's so much more love for you to give and receive here. And it says getting better. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements one step at a time. And I love this. Growth is a journey, not a destiny. So many of us get worried about, how we're going to make it there, right? But we never live right here and then get to enjoy the moment, right? Are you enjoying that, your child is graduating this year? Or are you just, or are you just going through the motions and rushing them off and not really getting to enjoy each moment, right? Like that kind of energy. So getting better, even though it may seem tough, it's getting better. Some things, and some things appear to be worse, but they're getting better. And this is how right? The things that you're losing are not things that are really beneficial to your life. Because someone's like, well, how can you say this when I consistently lose things, right? And I'm like, well, it's because the things that you're losing, they're not anything of value anyway. How about that, right? The things that are being removed out of your life are things that hinder you, things that hurt you, things that keep you away from your purpose, right? God is tired of not being able to, move people when he needs to. Okay, so it's like things had to be removed so that you could be where you are today. So you're doing good and you're getting better day by day, choice by choice, decision by decision. Every time you make the right decision, your world is becoming better. Okay?
I hear that Disney song. What's that? A whole new world.
A whole new world.
Yeah, right. That kind of energy.
Princess Jasmine, Aladdin. I think that's who. No, that wasn't that. So which one was that? Well, no one. That is it. Aladdin. Aladdin could be significant. Your name could be Jasmine, something like that.
Somebody loved Aladdin.
Okay. A whole new world, Same kind of energy. That's exactly where that came from, right? Okay.
Over here I have just the natural acknowledged understanding, right? And I really feel that Spirit is saying through this 3-card spread, you have to begin to acknowledge your own understanding. Like, you could be putting people ahead of you. You could be looking towards people for help, and they may not be equipped to help you, right? It could be people that you look to maybe even your whole life, but at this stage of your life, because I feel like somebody could be in either the beginning or the ending stages of a dark night of the soul kind of energy. And when you're in that place, right, you tend to look for help. I feel Spirit is want you to know, first of all, you're a natural. When I see just the natural acknowledge your own understanding, it's really showing me a person that has a lot tucked away. So you need to strive for access to your Akashic records, because, where you headed lies in you acknowledging your own understanding, not putting everybody's understanding before yours. You know how many years some of us, we spend years underneath of other people's understanding of life, of spirit, right? People telling us what we can do and what we can't do. But the whole time the universe is showing you different. And if you're going through a dark night of the soul, it's because God is trying to get your attention. That's what that's about. Mm-hmm. So when you get into those places, you gotta realize that you are natural, right? It's things about you that you don't even know about. And if you continue to acknowledge others over top of yourself, you may never get to know who you are. You'll be trapped in an understanding of somebody else, of your life. Mm-hmm. And then they'll begin to write your testament. That's the thing about other people's understanding. When you go down bad, they automatically get to talking about you're not going to make it. So if you trapped in that understanding, guess what? You may not make it. It's about breaking free of those limited things that we put on ourselves, that we let others place on us. It's about moving beyond that. Because I feel like somebody is going through that. You trapped inside the testament that people drew up for you. You could be doing things contrary to
popular belief.
Yeah, popular belief, right? You could be very unpopular. But God says you are a natural, so you have to acknowledge this and understand this about you.
And I know that's true because he said break something. But you have breakthrough here. As soon as he said, you said, I can't exactly remember how you said it, but we got breakthrough here. Navigate life's many twists and turns with elegance and resilience. So Spirit is saying, God is saying that, things may be hectic, things may be crazy, but you are expected to deal with the twists and turns with elegance and resilience. So that means that while you are going through all these different changes right now, it can be hectic. You got a lot going on. I see a lot moving around. You guys have the summer approaching, the school year ending. There's a lot to do, a lot to be accomplished, and it can be very frustrating. But your job right now is to remain resilient and elegant.
And it's a reason why Spirit tells us to never let them see you sweat, because that's what that's saying. See, when you being spiritually attacked, right, and you going through, you gotta know with God it's for your better, right? You gotta know that it's for your better, and you gotta act accordingly, right? Because you don't never want to let people know what you're going through when they spiritually attacking you, because they start doing extra weird stuff, right? And it's already, and then not only that, when people look at you, right, and you show the appearance of resilience, they embrace their own karma. They speed up the process for you. Like people that go against you, when you keep it moving, they soon realize, oh, it's not working. So if they realize it's not working, guess what they realize at the same token? If it ain't working on them, it must be working on me, right? So that's the way God wants you to move, right? God wants us to move as a representation of strength. Like she said, resilience and elegance. That's like not letting them see you sweat.
At all, That's like, keeping your face, not allowing people to be able to read your face. Like, and I had to work on that because I am a person where, my facial expressions, I may not say anything verbally every time, but my facial expressions will kind of let you know. So I've been working on that too.
Yeah.
Breakthrough, right? So we just have to change. It's just little things about us, little by little. Keep trying to get better, learning how to deal with pressure, because it's going to be there. The pressure is always going to be there. We can't avoid it. So if we can't avoid it, why not learn how to address it, head on, where we're not scared every time something happens. We're not having anxiety attacks, depression episodes every time something happens to us, right? We're learning how to cope with things, and we're learning how to deal with challenges, because a lot of times, a lot of us, we were so used to pushing problems to the side, and it's like, no, you can't push problems to the side, because you were born to be a problem solver. Okay? And then we have unwavering faith. So it says, stand firm in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. Okay? Now, a lot of you guys know that we think it's very important. Like, I know a lot of you guys walked away from a lot of different things to be where you are today, but keep your faith. Your faith is what is holding you. Your faith is what is keeping you. Your faith is why, you made it through some of these things, because there were some things that were not destined to see you thriving. There were some things that did not want to see you thriving, but God says, not this one, right? So your faith, I don't know if you have like a, what do you call it? A open relationship with your prayers, but maybe it needs to be more monogamous, okay? You need to have a little tighter relationship with the prayers here. I'm hearing someone, you have an open relationship with the prayers right now. Sometimes you're there, sometimes you ain't, right? So being more consistent with your prayers is really going to help you as well, because you're going through a lot of different emotions, and you're spiritually, you're changing. So you could be very sensitive right now in your spirit. Things could really be moving you differently than they have been before. You could find yourself, a little bit more emotional when it comes to certain situations, because you're more empathetic, right? You're more compassionate towards people. So just keep your faith and know that you are going through a breakthrough, and it doesn't always feel good. Okay.
We got innovation to take a chance in reverse and reassess in reverse. And I feel like feels like a stalemate energy. And I do want to say this, right? If, let's say, spirit is moving me into a place, or spirit moving you into a place, right? And you don't if you don't stop and look at your life and like how everything is moving, like all of the moving things in your life, right? Life is full of moving parts, moving people, moving spirits, moving energies, right? So when it comes down to innovation and taking a chance, it's hard to tap in less than you reassess the way things are, right? I feel like spirit is saying that. Because let's say, and I'm just giving some scenarios. Let's say in life I'm connected to people and they are draining me in a certain way, or they holding me up. But I get this call from God, spirit, to move into a certain place. Now, I can't really move until I reassess things, right? Because for sure I can't take the things with me that's tapped into me. It's not going to work. Not in the place where God is calling. So the innovation, right, it's the ignition, right? It is like, it's the move of spirit, right? That's the innovation. It's like, all right, I got the direction. I know what I should be doing. But taking a chance is in reverse because the reassess is in reverse. So I'm saying clearly even. Maybe you feel like the way your life is set up now, it doesn't allow you to do what you want to do spiritually, right? Maybe you're afraid of what your children going to think. Maybe you're afraid of what your peers going to think. Maybe you're afraid of what a group is going to think. I don't know. It could be one of those things, right? But I feel like if you sit back and you think about, give yourself 15 minutes for the next 3 days and think about what's best for me in my life. Person, place, or thing, right? What's better for me and what's doing me harm? If you reassess your life like that, I guarantee you, because sometimes that's all it is a failure to sit still and really sift through everything that you connected to. Like I said, people, place, because it could be, let's just say, for instance, you connected to a vehicle, right? And let's just say you connected to a residence, right? And let's just say this residence has so much chaos and confusion that's been done there, even by your own hand, that you can't possibly excel being connected to this residence, right? But are you reassessing it, or are you available for God to make a way for you out of that residence? The same way with the vehicle. It could be a vehicle you could be connected to. It could be causing you all types of problems, all types of issues, right? It could be spiritual. It could be anything, right? But these things that we connected to, as long as we continue to move on without reassessing them, it's like we getting energy and then it's taking energy right from you. Mm-hmm. Soon as you get the energy, it's being consumed. So Spirit is saying, reassess life, right? Slow down, reassess it so that your innovations don't keep getting robbed from you, right? Because I see a very innovative mind, and thank you, Spirit. When people are around you and they robbing you in this way, normally it happens by them causing you to have real sharp episodes in your sacral and anahata energy. Meaning they can be doing dishonest things, disloyal things, lying to you, all of that, right? Well, that's robbing you of your innovation, essentially. Imagine, let's just say, High Priestess, you with me, and I'm an energy vampire, right? I rob your innovation. Mm-hmm. How would that look? She would go create and become innovative. And then perhaps she would come to me like, look, that's what I came up with. And then I would be like, why would you do that? That's crazy. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, that's not going to work. And now she walks away like, well, maybe it's not going to work. You see how that works? You got to reassess those kind of people because you can't move forward with that kind of energy in your life. It's not going to allow you to. And the more you see, you thinking those kind of people happy for you, they not. Right. They need you to stay where you at so that they can feel like they see you moving ahead. First of all, it could shed a lot of light on a person that been speaking ill of you. You know, a person go say they ain't gonna make it far, and then here you come with this plan that's gonna make it far. What they gotta monkey wrench it because they gotta look good still. They done told everybody you not gonna make it, so they have to hold that image up. So you not seeing it, you still going to them like, look, that's what I'm gonna do, and you waiting for them to give you a stamp of approval. They won't. They're gonna give you a stamp of confusion so that they can keep siphoning energy from you. It's a way of siphoning energy, right? And when people do those types of things to you, they know they got your energy because when you fully walk away from what you intended on doing, they feel satisfaction about
Like,
it.
yes.
And their spirit, they be like, yeah.
Yes.
The spirits that they working with, they let them know like, yeah, good job, right?
You know, it's sad. It's really, you know, when I look at the world, you know, we live in a world, it's like a crabs in a bucket, you know?
Indeed.
It's like, you know, people truly love you as long as you don't do better than them or you don't put more effort in things than they do, right? And I've witnessed this, you know, in several occasions in my life, and I watch other people do it to people, and I'm like, I think that's a great idea. Don't let, you know, someone may have told them like, no, I don't think you should do this. And I'm like, what? This is gold. This is honey. Oh, okay, I get it. They don't want you to be successful. That's what that is. And they're like, you think so? It's no way a person could want you to be successful when you step with the gold and they want to pay you like it's silver.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, because that's just the world we live in. You know, it's a wicked, evil world because, you know, I mean, look who the ruler is of the world, right? You know, you shouldn't expect anything else. But I don't know, we got rough road here. It says, prepare carefully before you continue, for it is a long journey ahead. So, you know, somebody put your boots on. You might got to, what they say, put your boots on the ground or whatever y'all be out there
Lace
doing.
up your boots.
Them boots. Get your boots on the ground, right? But before you continue, you have to really prepare because this is indeed a long journey that you are upon. And like I said, I felt the energy earlier. I don't know if you think because you're up in age that, you know, it would just get easier or it would just stop. No, you still have to go. You still have so much to do right here. Okay? So it says prepare fully, you know. I'm hearing someone, maybe you need to write out a plan. Like, you know, if you don't know where you're supposed to be, start writing things down. Well, I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to go, but just grab a pen and I would like to do this. I would like to do this. You know, it would be nice if I could do this. Well, the things that you write down, eventually they become past. Okay? Right? They become the past, right? And it's something about seek the truth. It says, embrace clarity as revelations unfold. Keep an open mind for answers. Illuminate the path to understanding. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have been being revealed. Remember, I told you a lot of it started for us about maybe almost 2.5 years ago. You know, when the river Euphrates dried up, we were like, what's going on here? Something's happening, right? And you have too, you know, you're seeking truth. I don't know if there's someone, I feel like you're being watched spiritually or something like that. Okay? I don't know if you have like a monitoring spirit that has been lingering around trying to see what you're doing or whatever. Something like that. But Spirit says on your own. You could be needing some time to yourself right now. I don't know. I feel like there's like a monitoring spirit around. Something that wants to like plant seeds of fear. You have nothing to be afraid of. Okay? This could be because you're seeking the truth. You know, some people really don't want you to seek the truth, to know the truth, to be aware of the truth. And so they try to spiritually bully you. They do things in the spirit to bully you, to make you feel like you should be in fear, like you should not be asking certain questions. Because I'm hearing some of you guys, some people are mad at you because of the questions that you've asked, you know, and they were valid questions. Like you had some valid questions, and because this coward was unable to answer you properly, you know, they decided to start bullying you spiritually, right? This is someone with spiritual authority or power here that has decided because they have decided because you are questioning things that I don't know that they should be monitoring you or something like that.
Spirit says they won't have that authority for long if they
Okay.
keep that up.
They don't have that authority. Once you have authority, because God gave someone authority here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the same way God gives you authority,
He
when
take
when you become untrusting, unworthy, when you begin to use your spiritual power for negative, for baneful things, then it will be reversed. Is what I'm hearing. So I don't know.
And that's a lot of a lot of times people will increase their attack and activity because they feel their power fading.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of like, that's what the Pharaoh did. Remember the
Yeah,
Pharaoh?
yeah.
The Pharaoh did the same thing. Remember, he did not want to believe in the God of Abraham, Israel, right? And he kept telling Moses, he just kept denying the things that Moses was saying. And he did not, even up until his, even up until the demise, when his camp was being, tore up, he still didn't believe.
Pharaoh's condition was rather spiritual, because God inflicted him with a hardened heart, mm-hmm. right? And a lot of people, God give them that gift. That's a gift. Like, when God gives a man a hardened heart or gives him over to a reprobate mind, that's a gift from the divine, right? Because it protects certain energy. Like, Pharaoh's hardened heart allowed the Israelites to get out of there because his heart was so hard, right? He just was confused, right? Over here we got follow the abundance of calmness, right? And I one thing I get tired of seeing with us as a collective is these energy vampires that keep on really tormenting people. And that's why our Spirit is saying follow the abundance of your calmness, because you know how people steal our energy? They affect our emotions, y'all. That's what pours your energy out. When a person can get you out of a state of calmness, they can target you, mm-hmm. right? They can learn how to press your buttons. They can learn how to benefit off of you. They can even destiny swap. You ever heard somebody saying you got tricked out your life or you got tricked out your spot? That's because the energy vampire is stealing your energy by confusing your emotions. So Spirit is wanting you to follow the abundance of calmness. See, calmness is abundant. You know why? It's going to allow me to hold my energy, if nothing else. If I can remain calm, you can't steal from me. If I'm calm, an energy vampire can't steal from a person who calm and balanced. That's why they always want you to be disturbed. And your you ever notice when somebody victimizing you, they always got to confuse you, right? You always find yourself at the last place they left you at, right? That's a way of being a person harvesting energy from you continuously. Often they don't change, mm-hmm. right? So follow the abundance of your calmness, right? Like Spirit say, stop expecting certain aspects to change that won't change.
Stop expecting you out of people is what I'm hearing.
People they're not always going to treat you how you think they should treat you, right? Because people are different from you. Because you could be asking yourself, well, why does this person keep doing this? Or why does this spirit keep doing this? Or why does it's best not to ask why. Mm-hmm. Because why is an invitation to even, you know what I'm saying? It's like if a person is breaking in your home, right? And you ask them, why you breaking in my home, right? They probably gonna try harder or be irritated, right? They not gonna give you a solid answer as to why they breaking in your home. You just gotta move accordingly and protect your home, right? That's the same way with somebody breaking into your heart, right? You can't sit back and be like, well, why you keep doing this to me? Because they're going to take that as an invitation to keep doing it even more.
Right. That's like, if you leave out a bowl of candy, a kid going to keep eating it.
Yeah, you got to take responsibility. Take responsibility here and follow the abundance of your calmness. Learn how to stay tucked inside. Like, you don't gotta, if a person hurts you, you don't have to let them know that they hurt you. You can let God, boy, they got me again, Lord. Lord, they got me again. But
I need help,
this
Lord.
time, Lord, I'm learning my lesson because I'm not asking them why they did it no more, right? I'm just going to get stronger, right? It's about strength. It's about increasing in strength. Trust me, in this spiritual thing, in this battle with spirit, every little give and take amounts to a strength and a wisdom given.
Right.
When you can not answer the phone is a strength. When you can resist energies, people throwing at you, it becomes a strength. But as long as you're giving into it, as long as you're needing it, as long as you need to satisfy yourself with something that hurts you, you won't grow from that, right? If your satisfaction is coming from something that's hurting you or harming you, right? That's not abundance. That's prison. That's imprisonment. So a person, place, or a thing, if they bringing you down and all of that, right? And they bringing you out of your calmness and disturbing you, you gotta opt for your calmness over that.
That's right.
So you might have to let that go.
I need help, Lord. I need help.
Even if it's family.
I don't know
Right?
what to do. So I call on you.
Cause see, I'm saying with this family energy, right? And this can resonate, maybe not for everybody. If my family is full of confusion and chaos, right? And there is no calmness with my family, why would I follow them? I gotta follow the abundance of my calmness. I'm gonna get with y'all later when y'all get that together. But right now, I'm not following that. Because that's what leads to the path of generational bondage. Where you feel like I gotta do as they do because I'm in Rome, so to speak. I'm in this family, so I gotta do what this family do. Is it robbing you of your calmness? Is it disturbing your peace? Because if it is, I'm here to tell you, you might want to turn away from that, find a better way. It's a different route.
Okay. We have Mountain of Mastery, see what's real and protect it. And I like this. This is good energy. It says, see what's real. Observe with the clarity. True insight lies beyond the surface. And I love this, picking things apart. I told you some of you guys are like really picking things apart. And because you're picking things apart, people don't like that. Normally you used to just go with the flow. Whatever someone said, it was like, all right, cool, But now you're like, you have questions, and you demand answers about things. You don't just take what someone says. You need a little bit more, right? Something about that. Also, protect it. Find solace in safety. Knowing you're sheltered and guided through life's storms and calm shores. Okay? So you're being divinely guided. Don't go against the wind or the water, right? When you allow yourself to flow with the river, right? Like, when you're in the pool, right? If you just allow yourself to float, right? You don't really have to work to swim. Your body just naturally will float, right? So something about you being protected, remaining calm, okay? Even though your wind blows, I told the storm, right?
To pass storm,
you can't last, you must go, right?
Away.
Okay?
I command you to move today.
Hey, okay?
That kind of energy.
That could be significant. I told the storm. But yeah, that could have been like something that you grew up off of. I don't know, but this is calmer waters. This is like, moving on to calmer waters. And, in the beginning of moving on to calmer waters, for me, it didn't feel like it. It still felt chaotic, right? It still felt crazy, but I had to use my discernment. This can't be negative, what I'm doing, because it came from divinity. The changes that were mandated in my life, they produced growth. They produced change. in places I didn't want to change. I didn't want to move. God put me in uncomfortable situations so I could be where he wants me to be right now, right? Because one day I'm going to tell y'all my story and y'all going to be like, wow. 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 Right? But you just have to keep going here, knowing that you're protected, right? That doesn't mean walk around being a bully. It doesn't mean, because some of you guys, you know you are spiritually powerful. And I'm talking to a quiet person. You don't do a lot of talking, but spiritually you can look at someone and disturb their spirit, so stop doing that. You know that look you be doing sometimes, that mean little look when somebody got you wrong, right?
That's evil.
You have a very,
that's called Malokia.
You have a very powerful spirit. It's not that you really do a whole bunch of talking, so we have to even watch that. Myself too, right? And I'm only speaking because she is me, she is you, she is I, he is I, he is he, right? So I'm just telling you from a little bit of experience. We have to be careful with that. And there's a lot of people here. I want you to know, as you are on your journey, we have become so cool, what do we say, resting bitch face or whatever they call it. Begin to smile. Like, Some of you guys are like, I can't find new friends. I don't know who my soul tribe is. Well, they probably scared of you because you don't never smile.
Yeah, y'all,
right?
Y'all be careful with that, with them eyes out there. Like I was saying.
I try not to even look at people in their eyes purposely.
It's actually,
it's a lot of lust demons.
It's a charge. It's
evil eye. Evil.
Evil eye is known as Malokia. And Malokia is an ancient Greek magic spell that people call evil eye. And it has a nasty karma attached to it. Particularly if you got that power on you, like a lot of y'all do. Like, you can, how when you can look at somebody and move them around? Well, that's you. You moving in the energy of evil eye. And you gotta stop it because it makes you hard. It makes it harder to move forward in any environment. When you feel it with the energy of Malokia, that's known as Maleficum. And Maleficum, right, is it's a baneful energy. And you don't want to be moving around spewing that out, right? It makes you unapproachable and all of that, right? When you like that. So yeah, work on it. We all
absolutely, But yeah, protect it. Remember you are protected. So you don't have to walk around in fear or anything, but smile, a lot more. Why? Because you should. It's your birthright. You have a pretty smile, even with your imperfections. I had to learn because growing up, my teeth, I was always so insecure, and I'm like, I'm going to get my teeth done. And when I had a bag to do it, I still didn't do it, right? And maybe one day I will. But I had to learn, before you even get new teeth, girl, you have to love the ones that God gave you right now. You you have to be able to be confident enough to smile with J. Cole, I think he said crooked smile or whatever, right? So that's what we have to do. Begin to smile more, You are more welcoming. Someone's like, well, I can't find a man or a woman, or I can't find friends. You guys smile a little bit more. Most people think you don't want to talk, because you're beautiful, but then you walk around with a face that's so hard, And some of you guys, well, shoot, I keep it like this because I don't want to talk. And kudos to you if that's how you want to live, But I'm talking to people that do want to meet people, They do want high vibrational energies around them, right? So we got to begin to make those kind of changes. And then the last one I have is Mountain of Mastery. Ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the soul presence of the mountain pathway. So Spirit is saying that pretty much, you're starting to realize that you are the master. It's a inner standing. You looked for a lot of things externally, but now you understand that, everything you needed was inside, and now you're learning how to become the master of self. You're learning how to ascend towards your higher being, your highest calling and purpose. Something about that. Just stay protected here. Okay, don't come outside of your protection. Why would you step outside of your protection? Like, if you're doing right and things are working, stay there. Okay.
We have communication, maintain discipline, breaking through, and reverse. So what I got in my intuition, it was like a visual. So I'm gonna say it. So imagine being in a room, right? And imagine it's a doorway that you have to get out of. But just say it's a bunch of boxes and stuff that you got to sift through before you get out the door, right? Now, you have an instructor, right? Now, your instructor is the one who's going to navigate you through the room, so to speak. So here you are, you looking at the boxes that's in front of the door, right? Now, Spirit, or God, that's the instructor. Now, what if the instructor is telling you, move that way, not toward the boxes, right? You got to maintain discipline and you got to hear from your higher power because you worried about breaking through, but you should be more or less worried about communication with spirit, right? And maintaining discipline so you can get the lesson out of it. Everything don't come. Sometimes the lesson is the breakthrough. Sometimes the lesson becomes the exact breakthrough. Like when God is trying to tell us something, the lesson becomes the thing. Once you learn the lesson, it's like, oh, now I can move on. I didn't see that at first because you didn't really, you was too worried about the breakthrough and not the lesson that was being taught before the breakthrough. It's not always in getting what you want. Sometimes it's in recognizing why you didn't get what you want. Maybe you weren't ready for it, right? I found when I look back in life, if God would have gave me some of the things that I really wanted at the time when I wanted them, I would have undone myself. I wasn't prepared to deal with it, right? Sometimes it's not always in the breakthrough. Like J. Cole said, it's beauty in the struggle. You got to learn, like, the struggle is the place where God is going to mold you and build you, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody enjoys the breakthrough and, you know, the sense of enlightenment, reaching the next level, bringing in a manifestation, things working out. Everybody loves that energy. But it's something about the person that really loves to embrace the struggle of it all. And, like, listen, I know this is working out.
You might as well.
For greater.
You know?
This is working greater. And with the discipline, communication, maintain discipline, somebody you need to be more steady in your prayers, more steady in your meditations, right? Because the communication, you got to maintain discipline. It takes discipline sometime. When you live in this life, it takes a lot of discipline. Sometimes I want to run wild. Just say forget it, right?
Okay.
But I can't do that because if I do that, then I'm sacrificing progress, possibly my relationship. I'm going to damage my intuition because now I'm going to stand in my own way because now I know I'm not who I was every day. You know, a lot of people suffer from that, y'all. They lose ground. They not who they once was. Instead of admitting that, they'll sit there and not have the discipline to establish communication again. Don't lose communication with your higher power. That's your source of life. Even if you feel bad, still go in. Mm-hmm. Talk to God about it. Talk to your higher power about it. Talk to your ancestors about it. Whatever it may be that resonates with you, you have to communicate with it. Particularly during the times of struggle, mm-hmm. when it feel like it's not a breakthrough in sight. Mm-hmm. Those are times when you want to clamp down because then is when you know how they say in the Bible to have fellowship with Christ. The best way is to fellowship with Christ and to know him in his suffering. Mm-hmm. The fellowship of his suffering is the strongest bond mm-hmm. that a person can have with the energy of Jesus, according to the Bible. That's real. Because the fellowship of suffering is something different. It's working out. That's when you know you got somebody who truly got something. When they can give you a healing while they suffer, it's something about that kind of person, right? And that might be you. You might be in pain. You might be going through, but you might be a healer. So you still gotta give healing even though you sick. So you gotta maintain your discipline. That's your gift. I mean, you a healer. So what? Just because you sick, the healing stops? Nope. God said you gotta keep healing. Even though you sick, you still gotta keep healing.
It's real.
It's gonna heal you, but it's gonna teach you. All right, somebody say, man, forget them. I don't want to do nothing. Forget those people. I'm tired of them. You gotta still heal them. If it's your duty. I mean, I hear somebody say, don't nobody heal me when I'm sick. God do.
Every time.
Don't worry about them.
Each and every time.
God got your portion. Every time.
Okay.
Every time God got your portion. Not sometime.
Every
All the time. All the
Every
time.
All the time.
God got your portion. Long as you don't look away from God and start looking towards man for your portion, it's always going to be there. Because if you look away and you look for man, then the portion is gone. You can't blame God. You can't come back to God like, oh God, I left the table, my portion is gone. Guess what? It keeps moving. God said, if you're not available, a rock will cry out in your place now. A rock will cry out. So God said he will use every element, every fiber, right, to get a detail done. And if you on that detail and your detail is healing, guess what? Sick person, get the healing.
Do exactly what we do. Push
Get
through.
the healing.
Okay? My little throat chakra been down for
I've
days.
been watching her too. And I literally watched her, right? Because somebody on here said her voice is sacred. Indeed it is. I watched her go through all of these attacks, right? And I sit back and I pray for her spirit, right? I talk to her ancestors. But I watch her willingness to still heal even though she's sick. So God give it back. And that's how I am. So I'd be grateful to have somebody that's like that around me. Like, okay, she gonna do what she gotta do. Even when she down bad, she gonna, you know what it reminds me of? My old pastor, right? He had a faithful wife. And you know, his wife, she was suffering from ailments of her body, like her she had kidney failure and all of these things. And you know what he told me one time, y'all? I found this to be so amazing, right? He was like, she loves God so much that even in her utterances, it be praises. Like, and her sick points at night when she would be going through it, she would cry out and be like, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Help me, Jesus, right? And he said, even in her painful utterances, it was praises, right? And I was like, that's
strength.
That's a person with the discipline to maintain communication with a higher power. She was sick and uttering praises to God, right?
Okay. So the last one I have is honest echoes. And it says, listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. Whoop, there it is. Okay? You know the whole truth. You know what it is. You know what time it is. You know what to do from here, right? You know, the truth is inside of you. You know what resonates with your soul, your spirit, right? So it's something about just, you know, going with that little still voice inside of you, you know, that one that's rooting for you to do right, that one that's rooting for you to give your all, your best, that one that voice is telling you to do right when that other one is saying do wrong, right? Something about that. Okay.
You know, this spread right here, I feel like my intuitions, they real tucked in right now. It says, gift from fate in reverse. Don't freak out, compassion, right? So you know what I see happening right here? Fate has something real horrible for you lined up. It was a gift. It wasn't the type of gift that you wanted though. Maybe it was somebody, of course, it could be a magic spell that somebody intended to land in your life. It could be that. It could also be the result of your actions prior to your change, right? Maybe before you decided to change, you lined up some horrible karma. And let me tell you, from what I'm getting, it was tracking you down, right? Maybe you felt it. Well, you made a decision and you made a change, and it really altered the course of your fate because this gift of fate is in reverse, right? And it says, don't freak out, the compassion. And I feel like this is speaking about you maybe even having a foresight about what somebody done to you or what was done to you, right? And I feel that spirit is still calling you to show compassion, right? I know it's hard to show compassion for a person when they spiritually attack you, but you will hold yourself up from moving forward unless you can resonate with the compassion of humanity, right? Because a person that throw a spell at a divine star seed, truly they're going to need compassion in the end. Because what the universe is going to do to them is going to require your compassion. I know. You like, how? When they threw something at me, they getting what they deserve. No, that's what they're going to get is not necessarily going to be what they deserve. It's probably going to be worse than what they deserve. Because this gift that was supposed to hit you, it's in reverse. So that means that what was meant for you is now going to go back to where it was sent from. That's how magic works. Like when you send magic at somebody and it don't work on them, it's going to come back on you. Whatever you did, whatever you aimed at them is going to begin to manifest in your life if that person is protected from your magic. Mm-hmm. That's why magic is not good, because you don't know who walking with who. And you could just, some of these people, they so high tech with their magic and their baneful spell work that they automatically assume it's going to work when they do it. I'm here to tell you right here, it didn't work on you. It was a gift that somebody had lined up for you, and it's in reverse. It didn't work, and it's not going to work. And Spirit says, don't freak out. Show compassion. Because sometimes when you see this shit play out, you be like, oh my God. Like, so Spirit is basically saying, even when people come back in and they begin to say, look, I'm sorry for what I did, right? Spirit says, don't freak out, right? Give people leverage, right? And show compassion. You don't got to get nobody an opportunity to do another spell on you or put you in another situation. But Spirit is requiring your compassion in the matter, right? Forgiveness and compassion. Yeah. You mean to tell me I got to forgive somebody who did something to unalive me? Yeah, you do. Unless you want to become the person that tried to unalive you. That's why Sun Tzu says in the Art of War, choose your enemies wisely, for you will become them. When you unforgiving, you becoming your enemy. When you have a lack of compassion, you becoming your enemy. I don't care how much you sit up and say, I ain't like them. If you can't forgive them, you are like them.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We got flames of passion and commitment. And I like these two as my next cards because it says commit to the next stage in your life. Excuse me. Let me read it right. Commit to this next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form. So commitment, this is the energy where you don't just talk about it, you do it, you represent, you get it done, like that kind of energy. And I'm so glad. I feel like this is for me. I'm feeling like I'm taking this personal. There are so many things that I need to commit to right now, and maybe you do too. So commitment is here. We also have flames of passion. Let the flames of your passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires they may ignite in your journey.
Hey.
Right? So that's like, being smart. Like, we done laid down with the demons too long, right? Now it's time where, we start paying attention to the spiritual entanglements that we're having, right? We start paying attention to, the places that our energy goes and blows things up. This is like being cautious, okay? This is like taking your passion, and not using your sacral energy, but maybe, taking that passion and putting it into creativity, right? Where you could be feeling like, dang, I just want to keep laying down and keep getting done in, right? Because that's how it be sometimes, right? But what if you change that passion into doing something productive, high vibrational? Not saying that that's not productive, right? But I feel like you guys have a lot to do right now on this mission. And Spirit is really wanting I'm hearing your creativity. Okay? Something about committing to your creativity. Doing things differently, finding new ways. If that way didn't work, start another way, right? Take a different way to work. Some of you guys, you've been taking the same route to work. You've been seeing the same scenery. Make a change. Do something different. Allow the passion to ignite. Okay? Something about that. Right? Allow your passions to be a part of your journey, right? Keep going. Commit to whatever it is. There's something that, if you make a commitment, they say it takes 21 days to form a habit, to create a habit.
And 21 days to break one.
And 21 days to break one. Okay? So, that's all it takes. Commit yourself. Start off, maybe start off at 7 days, I remember when I did my first fast, I thought it would be so hard, but once I got through the first day, I got through the second day, and then after I got through the second day, I was like, well, if I could do the second, I could do the third. See, I'm a person, I'm in competition with myself because I always want to see how great I can do. I'm not in competition with him, her. I'm in competition with myself. How great can I do? Can I stay committed to the commitment? Because someone needs to stay committed to the commitment here, Something about that. Okay? There could be someone, you could be getting, you could be having a forced wedding or something like that.
Also, with this card right here, it says, light the flames of your passion, light your way, but be mindful of the fires that you may ignite in your journey. Mm-hmm. So what that's basically saying also, you can't, if you're a man, you can't go around with your wand, right, affecting women and then saying, oh, look how she acting. Just like if you're a woman, you can't get your cootie rats out and then, after you do it, you look at the person, oh, they the problem. They just act crazy. No, it's you. That's a misuse of power because when you do that, you light the flame in other people, right? You can't. Especially when you get your power on you, you step into your highest vibrations, you got to leave people alone because you too much to handle, right? You can't be in this place with all this spirit and go lay down with a dead person or a sleep person and then walk away from them and accuse them of being crazy or accuse them of being listen. You ignite the fires. When you connect yourself to people, you essentially become responsible for how they act. If they acting out crazy, right? Maybe it's because you're giving them a reason to. You got to cut people away. You can't Be with people who are not headed where you headed. It's going to cause confusion. It's going to light fires. That's why Spirit says, beware of the fires that you may ignite during your journey. That's in other people. You could breed enmity in other people by if you on a certain frequency, love or bro, you on a frequency, try to resonate with people that's on the same frequency. Because if you go out your frequency, right, you're gonna contaminate your frequency. Or you're gonna do something to somebody else. You may make them wake up the wrong way, right? You may bring them into a energetic field that they're not necessarily ready to be in. Like, you gotta really be aware of this and just not involve people. And what you have to do, it doesn't require you to go around involving people in many different ways, because that's what happens. We forget who we are. We what I'm saying, we go out to the bars, or we go to the clubs, or we get to mingling with people who not chosen, who don't have the frequency, who don't know what you know, who haven't been where you've been, who can't see where you see. And then it becomes unevenly yoked.
Well, first of all, you gotta figure out, why are you in these low vibrational places still at this point in your journey. At some point, some things just can't go with you. And so if you keep doing the same, you get the same results. So if you keep ending up at the bar and you wonder why you keep getting alcoholics, well, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Absolutely.
Right? So something about that. Also, make sure you guys, whoever's doing, because I'm seeing a lot of candle work, incense, make sure you guys are blowing these things out. You're not leaving unattended fires.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because I don't want to speak on this, but just don't be leaving unattended fires. I'm just gonna say that.
I ain't gonna lie, a friend of mine, right? I'm not even gonna state our relation, but I will say she had an altar, and she was doing things at an altar one day, right? And she left the incense burning and went to the store. And when she came back, her whole house was burnt down. Left one incense burnt the whole house down. So be mindful of what you're doing, right?
Especially when you're doing evil
when
work.
When you're doing evil,
yeah.
When you cooking
that
up the
fire,
spell
that fire will okay?
You're cooking up the spell works.
Okay, so.
Everybody trying to come and grab money, then they already.
Okay, so. Yep, so just be mindful of that, and good energy. I'm about to go have me some breakfast.
We got potential, patience, and continuous learning. 2P, somebody PPP loan could be significant. I just heard that. But potential, patience, and continuous learning. So give yourself a chance, basically. That Spirit saying is in you. Now you gotta have the patience to develop it and get it out of you. You ain't gonna know everything by tomorrow. You ain't gonna know everything by next week. It's a continuous journey. So you gotta learn as you go along, right? And for somebody, be encouraged. Even though you may feel like you don't know that much, you know enough. If you didn't know enough, you wouldn't even be resonating. Nothing would be resonating. Life wouldn't be resonating in a strong way if you didn't know what you didn't have what you already need to know. So somebody, don't take for granted that God put you in a position with what you already have. Because you could be thinking like, well, I need this to be in position. No, God said you already in position. Just humble yourself and be willing to learn, right? Be willing to learn. You have potential and you have patience, right? Work them back and forth. Lord here, Lord there, ebb and flow. That's potential and patience, right? And let it rise and continue to learn. Always be teachable, right? That's how we remain lit. We teachable. Even if it's teaching each other, even if it's tapping and letting somebody else teach us, even if it's reading something that was already here that you learned from, right? Remaining teachable allows you to be a great teacher. Continuous learning, that's continuity. So you'll keep on growing as long as you keep on learning, right? All right, y'all.
I gotta go get something hot for this throat, okay?
Play this joint.
Your girl needs some hot tea or something like that. And we'll be back this afternoon. Hey.
Hold up.
Hey. Hey. That was your message. Hey. Hey. Keep your spirit protected. Hey. Accept or reject it. Hey. But we here with the message. Yeah. Don't forget, we elemental beings. Hey. Trying to save the people from the pain and misery. And this life is not that hard. We be pulling all these scars while we healing all these scars. And we elemental beings. Trying to save the people from the pain and misery. And this life is not that hard. We be pulling all these scars while we healing all these scars. Everything real in the spirit. Everything real in the spirit. I'm trying to. Everything real in the spirit. Everything real in the spirit. Hey, don't forget, we elemental beings. Yeah, yeah. Helping people reach their north node. Yeah, yeah. This life can get very scary. Reaching out to God, but I thought He couldn't hear me. I had to really check my heart. The place we hate to look, but that's where it mostly starts. But now I'm doing my thing, building a collective of people that's the same.
Yeah.
And all praise to the Most High, protected by my ancestors on the light side. Now, mommy, why don't wanna chase me down? They want my life in the dark, in the underground. Archangel Michael to the rescue. He's coming in with the sword to protect you. Strength card to the Queen of Wands. Fire shine me out, drop the bars. I know all about telepathy. She's sending energies, knowing she can step to me. But I just keep myself in prayer, knowing I won't win if I take my hands and slay her. Cause I've been there where the water cries, all respect to Oshun and the water gods. Yeah, what we say? Yeah, Wakanda for life now. Hey, hey, Wakanda for life now. Hey, yeah, don't forget, we elemental beings. Yeah, yeah, we come through with your message. Yeah, to keep your spirit protected. Yeah. 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 Hey. It's magic. We call it abracadabra. Hey. It's magic. We call it abracadabra. Hey. It's magic. We call it abracadabra. You really gotta get your life back together. And no matter the storm that you go through, you gotta hold on because God really chose you. Now I'm just trying to give you some advice. I pull tarot, but I've been a hard-headed life. But if you pray, God will show you. Grab your hand, take a chance, He will mold you. The world will use and abuse you, chew you up, spit you out, and confuse you. Gabriel to the rescue. He blew his trumpet, he's on earth to protect you. Now stand up and take flight. Stand for something, fall for nothing. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Hey, no more sleepless nights. Yeah, don't forget, we elemental beings. Yeah, we be tapping in the energies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause it's all about your energy. Don't you worry about no enemies. Hey, we here with a message. Accept or reject it. Hey, don't forget, we elemental beings. Yeah, helping people reach their north node.
What's up?
I'm a different I'm a different kind of being, come from the 5D. Yeah. Don't forget, we elemental beings. Hey, helping people reach their north node. Hey, you gotta heal to release the pain. You gotta heal to release the pain. Death called me and the Reaper came.
Hey.
Go.
You gotta heal to release the pain. The death called me and the Reaper came. It's like the end of an old start, the start of a new beginning. We good at losing, but we knew it winning. Go.
Hey. Yeah. You gotta heal to release the pain. Yeah. Death called me and the Reaper came.
Soul Tribe, yeah, we down the ride.
Hey, hey, you don't, hey, hey, dry your eyes, you don't have to cry. Soul Tribe, yeah, we done for life.
Soul Tribe, yeah, we down the ride.
Hey, we be down by the riverside. We get advice from the water guides. Dry your eyes, it's gonna be alright.
Soul Tribe, guess what? Soul Tribe, yeah, we down the ride.
Hey, Soul Tribe, yeah, we down for life. so you don't miss any lives. We love you guys. We'll see you this afternoon. God bless you. If you would like to support our channel to help it grow, our Cash App is